YouTube, what's happening? It is week 2 of the NFL slate, and we already saw one game happen between Buffalo and Miami. Buffalo got the win easily, and Tua got lit up pretty hard. So we saw, everyone watched that, I'm sure. We have a bunch of games on Sunday to go through, and then we also have the Monday night game. Here, we're going to go over the money line spread, totals, injuries. Going forward, I actually have a cool ESPN does a injury thing now, sorted by team, so we can roll through and talk about the injuries, see what stands out, who's important, key, all that fun stuff. Also, we have the actual matchup chart that we will always be using, which shows our stats, and we'll do all that. We'll bounce around from game to game to game, and I'll give my thoughts, opinions, and if I'm taking it or leaving it the hell alone. So drop a like, subscribe. Let's go ahead and jump to that first game right now. All right, first matchup on the day you can see is going to be Dallas, New Orleans. Let's go ahead and pop on over to the matchup screen. There we go. Now, New Orleans just steamrolled Carolina last week, which you knew, 47-10. Dallas got a good win over Cleveland. Deshaun Watson is not the answer in Cleveland. I think we all know this. They just need to buy him out of his contract so they can get somebody else in there. Don't you wish you still have Baker Mayfield? I bet you do. Tampa's loving him. So, yeah, the only problem is with the numbers for the Cowboys. Rushing just ain't getting it done. I guess Zeke ain't really going to be the answer. 102 yards, that's all you had against Cleveland? Okay. New Orleans just thumped. That's what they did. They shut them down. They scored. It was easy. A lot of people are going to be taking New Orleans as a trendy pick to get the win this weekend. I think Dallas played with the food a little bit. I don't think New Orleans is that good. I said it the first video. I just don't think they're that good. I think Carolina is just that bad, and New Orleans, like, Carolina's like here, New Orleans is here. Dallas is like fringe playoff, make playoff type team. That's what they are. Something more, something less, whatever. They're definitely better. So I am personally going to be taking Dallas minus the 6 at home. On the side, I'm not really feeling nothing. Nothing looks, I mean, the total, nothing feels good there. Let's look at the injuries. I have a nice little injury chart now we can look at. Ooh, look at that. So, and this is up to date based on where we are. So let's start with Dallas first, since it's the first one in order. No one, I mean, Jake Ferguson is doubtful. That's kind of good, not good. So you can see what he's did there. Anyone else is not really standing out, but mainly Ferguson being doubtful is a big thing. If we come down to Nollins, there they are. You got a few out there that are already listed out. We got some questionables, so we'll see what happens there. But for me, I'm going to take Dallas minus 6 in this one. I am not going to worry about anything else and just move on to the next game. All right, next up, we got a Tampa-Detroit playoff rematch from last year. We can see Detroit handle Washington pretty easily in the first game last week, and Detroit handled the Rams. So both teams got the win. Offensive stats lean Tampa in this one just because of how well they looked. The Baker to Evans combo is just deadly, and you can see how Detroit did. Defensively, that passing defense for Detroit ain't going to be good going against Baker and Evans, I think. Especially getting 7.5 points. I already lean Tampa plus 7.5 in this one, because this is a close matchup as it is. I know Detroit got the win comfortably last, we'll say comfortably in the playoffs. So popping over to the injuries, let's see if anything's out there. Let's start with Detroit first, since they're alphabetically in order. Detroit, there they are, a whole bunch of injuries. We have, you can see some of the names on here. See, Jameson's questionable. Offensive tackle's questionable. We got some doubtfuls. You got things on there that, okay, that matters. Let's go to the Buccaneers. I guess Tampa Bay would be down here in the T's. That would make most sense. And you can see who they have out. Tyke Smith's a little questionable, their safety, and some other people you can look through too. So, okay, you already got some that are out. The main people are playing, though, for both teams. That's what matters most. For this one, I feel this is more of a field goal type game. I don't think this is a full 7.5 point Detroit domination, especially with these stats we have going on right here. So I'm going to ride the offense here for Tampa, especially with that 31st rank. They gave up 300 yards passing to LA last week. So yeah, I'm going to take Tampa plus 7.5. Yes, I'm in Tampa, and that is my hometown, but not hometown, but that's where I live now. Just I'm going with the stats here. That offense versus that pass defense. Give me plus 7.5, and we can move on to the next game. All right, next up we got Indianapolis and Green Bay without Jordan Love. So they lost to Philly by 5 last time they were out. Indy played Houston, and it was a 2-point great game. This one, the stats look good for Green Bay, but let's be honest, without Jordan Love in there, this ain't the same team. So yeah, the defenses were terrible for both of them. 40.5. I mean, Malik's going to be quarterback for Green Bay. I ain't feeling that at all. No, I don't. No, I think they're going to do a lot of running in this game, which means a lot, especially against the Colts 32nd ranked rush defense. That could give them a shot, but I think Indianapolis should be able to do enough on their side of the ball to get the win here. I lean Indianapolis. I'm not full on taking it, but I will give it a lean in this one. So I'm going to lean Indy -2.5. And let's pop over to the injuries, make sure there's nothing I'm missing here. So going over to injuries, we want Indy, scroll on up. There they are. You can see who is going to be play, who's going to be out. I mean, you got some defensive players and Josh Downs. They still got their stars in there. That's fine. So, and let's pop down to Green Bay real quick, alphabetically. Green, there they are. Not much. That's a very short list. Reed's questionable. Love he's out. I know they list him as questionable. He hasn't practiced all week. We know he's out. It's like, come on, who are you joking with? Marshawn Lloyd is questionable. They'll be fine. So I think Green Bay is going to do a whole bunch of running. I don't think they're going to let Malik throw the ball much at all. Indianapolis, I lean 2.5. Total wise, with these defensive numbers, I mean, look at them. Just look at all the red. Look at all that red on defense. I know it's only been one game, but still, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. So, I mean, over. Hey, maybe Malik Willis comes out and he can throw the ball great, and all of a sudden the over hits. So I kind of lean. I can't lean the over because Green Bay is going to run it so much. So I'll lean Indy 2.5, and we'll leave that alone. Go on to the next game. Next up, we got Jets in Tennessee, and you can see Jets are -4. San Francisco handled the Jets, but San Fran's in their own special level. Even without McCaffrey, they're just on their own level, which is crazy to say. The first overall pick in almost every fantasy league is doing just fine without him. So, I mean, the team itself, not the fantasy league. Your fantasy league's probably screwed if you have McCaffrey. So, because he's out again this week for San Fran. So, for the Jets, though, we focus here. 19 points versus Tennessee. They lost to Chicago thanks to not because of Caleb Williams, because of the team. The defense did work. So, I just don't think Tennessee's going to be all that good. I know Mr. Mayo is back there tossing the ball, but the defense looked good on the number wise, but I mean, the Jets defense is terrible. And so Aaron's going to have to be tossing that tater around to keep them in games, I think. So, 41's your total. Jets by 4. I mean, this is just not a good matchup at all. This is just terrible. For me personally, I don't lean a side. I don't lean a total in this one. Let me look at some injuries. Let's look at some injuries, see if anything stands out. Let's go for the Jets first. See what they got. Make sure we're not missing anything. Questionable for Reed, questionable for Clemens, and that's the only new ones. Everything else is a few days old now. So, all right, so nothing good there. And let's pop down to Tennessee. Nothing since August, so they have no updates. Okay, makes sense. Cool. So for me, I don't like any of this. I'm going to pass. I don't lean nothing. I lean nothing at all. So I'm going to pass. Move on to the next game. All right, next up, San Fran in Minnesota. It's already been announced as of Friday that McCaffrey's not going to play unless something crazy changes. No, he's not playing. So after last week, why would you? Let him rest as long as you need, because you got a completely adequate backup that can do the job just fine, clearly. So let's just all get on the same page of what day he found out he was starting, okay? Not Friday. I found out warm-ups. That's when I found out. Yeah, so that's a scam. So San Fran did great against the Jets when it came to offense. Defense did its thing. They did give up a bunch of third downs, though. That third down percentage is a little concerning me from San Fran's perspective. Minnesota did quite well. They beat up the Giants, and I mean, let's be honest, they looked pretty good doing it. So it wasn't 28 points. Defense looked good. This is San Fran -5. I think Minnesota's going to be a pretty catchy choice people are going to make. I don't think that's going to matter, though. I think San Fran's is going to, they're just going to do what they do. They're going to, the offense just works. I don't know why. It just does. So let's look at some injuries real quick. We got Minnesota, and we can see if Harrison Smith's questionable, that ain't good. Questionable, according to the site, and questionable for Eddie Ingram and him. So, and Addison's actually officially out now as of Friday. Addison will not play. Okay, big deal, big news. And then Hawkinson has been out for over a week now. So, okay, nothing really new else. So, we scroll down to San Fran. Where they go? There they are. McCaffrey out officially. So, and you can see questionable, lots of questionables on the list here. So, McCaffrey being out is the biggest news of the whole weekend. So, let's be honest. So, let's focus back on the matchups, and we see San Fran -5. That's what I'm going to take that. I'm not going to lean it. I think Minnesota had a great game, and let's be honest, quarterback did pretty good. They did all right, but now you're going to face San Fran, not the Giants. So, and let's be honest, the Giants are not the San Francisco 49ers. So, show me you can go 11 of 12 passing to start the game again. Let me see you can do it. I don't think you can. So, sorry, friend. I'm taking San Fran -5. And hell, I'll take that bad boy up to 7. Just up to 7. Up to -7. There we go. There we go. All right, move on. Next game. All right, next up, Seattle and New England. Seattle's 3.5 with a total of 38. You can see the numbers. You see what they have done. Seattle beat Denver by 6 last week, and New England beat Cincy by 6. Figured that would have been... That was the biggest upset of the weekend, was New England over Cincy, because everyone has Cincy. Not I. Nope. I said last week's video, I said I lead New England. Now, did I officially play the video? No, but did I bet on it in real life? You damn right I did. You damn right I did. Not the money line, though. I'm not going to be honest. Not the money line. Just the spread. I had a lot of action on the spread, so that was good. But you can see the offense for New England was just not good. 16 points, only 120 passing yards. Now you're going up a team who's 4th in pass defense in Seattle after one game. Now you did face Bo Nix, so I don't know exactly how much defense you really had, but hey, there you go. Both defenses look good here. This is a hard game overall. Let's pop into injury, see if anything stands out. New England first. You can see what we got. We got some, couple updates from the 12th. Limited questionable, knee questionable, nothing really, no one truly stands out in this list here, so nothing there. So let's scroll down to Seattle. Oh, Seattle, there you are. Let's see, Kenneth Walker is put as doubtful now. That's kind of key, that matters. Outside of that, no, I mean, okay. So, all right, I don't particularly like this game. I don't really see an advantage. Only thing that really stands out is the passing for New England, and the points was just not good, but the rest of it's good. So defensive wise, under 38 maybe, but outside of that, I'm gonna pass. If anything, I'll put a lean under 38. That's what I'll put. So that's what I would lean. So that's it for this one. Let's move on. All right, next up, Giants in Washington. You can see Washington got handled by Tampa Bay, and the Giants got handled by Minnesota last week. So we got two teams bouncing back. Looking at the numbers, it's just a hot dog. We got a lot of mustard and ketchup on the screen. Ain't no green. Where's the relish? We need some relish out here. So just not good. The defenses are giving up a whole bunch of points. It's not good. I mean, Washington's -1. I lean Washington based on Jay Daniels. Mainly, that's about it. Let's look at the injuries. What's the over/under? 43. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's look at the injuries. See what we got. Anything stands out? We want the Giants first, since and Giants. There they are. So we can see what they have done. We got ruled out for Darius. McLeod has been ruled out. And those are both today. Everything else is from before. So, and then we want Washington, who's at the bottom, and we got a couple questionables here for a couple dudes on defense, and an out dude here, and then Newton was limited, so no real updates. So, nothing to worry about there. Nothing crazy. 43. Both defenses are terrible. Both offenses are terrible. Washington felt like they felt like they could have done more. But I mean, that Tampa defense shut you down. Come on, no. I mean, 43 is a number. I don't really like it. If anything, I'm thinking under. I don't like a side in this one. I say that I lean Washington a little bit, but not by much. Let's be honest. If anything, this is a pass. That's what this is. This whole game is just a pass. Let's just call it what it is. This game is terrible. It's a pass. We move on to the next game. All right, next up, we got Chargers and Panthers. Chargers by 6. And the first thought of it, oh, what a gift. You look at it, you're like, huh. Chargers beat Vegas last week, and Carolina got stomped by New Orleans. I'm taking -6. I'm taking -16. I don't care. I don't know why this is 6, though. I don't get it. And I understand there's a trend against the spread where a team in the NFL that loses more by 35 is like 16-4 against the spread in so many years. I hate trends like that because that covers many, many years. This team is not last year's team. Hell, this team made the team the year before that. Back, get enough years, you got Cam Newton's team. This team damn sure ain't that team. So yeah, I don't buy things like that. So I go based on eye test, and we saw the eye test at Carolina looks like shit. Let's just call it what it is. They look like dog shit. That's what they were. Chargers looked decent against Vegas. They got the win. It was good. I don't think Carolina might have another number one pick overall. They might get their first pick back. Unless Bryce Young figures out what to do. Hell, if the O-line actually figures out how to block for Bryce Young, because that man was running for his life. He was snapped the ball, take 2 steps, and bam, dude was in his face. It was not pretty. So, and then the defense didn't help out at all. How you get 47 points? Bryce Young don't play defense. So now 3 and out, your defense gets tired. That makes a lot of sense. So, I mean, it was just a cluster of just the whole team's just ownership, all of it. So let's look at the, we got it. Okay, let's see if anybody of note is going to be missing. Let's see. We got Haskins toe, questionable. We got a questionable, doubtful. A lot of injuries from that game. Okay. Main one's going to be Bosa for Chargers. That he's questionable. And I don't think they even need him. They might just sit him because I'm like, hey, it's the Panthers. We got this. It ain't no problem. Let's go to the C's. Carolina, come on and raise up. There you are. Questionable. Some other questionables. Your punter's questionable. Like, come on. All right, so yeah, there's all that. Nothing truly stands out. I'm gonna fall for the bait. I know this is bait. This is a bait line, and I'm gonna bite hook, line, and sinker into it, and I don't care. Sometimes you see it, you're like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Well, LAC -6 makes no damn sense. This should be one of those 10, 14 point spreads that you rarely see in the NFL. Because Carolina is that bad. So I'm taking the Chargers. I'm taking the 6. I'm taking it up to, hell, I'll take that bad boy up to 10. I wouldn't care. Up to, we'll say 7 conservatively, but I would take it to 10. Hell, I'll take it 14 if I need to. Chargers, I think, do work. This should be an easy, I don't think it's going to be 47-10 like that, but I think they get the win by at least 6 points or more. So there we go. Next game. Next up, Cleveland and Jacksonville, and there's a lot of red on the screen. I'm kind of surprised. See, I'm not surprised from the Cleveland standpoint from Jacksonville. I mean, Miami's defense held their own against you, so, and we saw what their defense did yesterday. It didn't do well against Buffalo, so yeah, there's no advantage here on the points. They're both 17 points a game, 10-7. Cleveland's defense is always pretty decent. Pass defense was 14th. I figured that'd be a little higher. Jacksonville's run defense was 80. Only give up 81 for 7. That's pretty decent. So that makes me lean Jacksonville because Cleveland damn sure can't throw the ball because Watson is just not doing good. Just go ahead and just eat the money, cut him, and get rid of him. Come on, let's move on. I feel bad for Cleveland fans. So, yeah, they're going to have to run the ball, and they're not going to be able to run the ball in Jacksonville. That front line is going to eat them for lunch. So yeah, I'm taking Jacksonville on this one. This should be pretty simple. So again, it's NFL. It's never simple, but I mean, it looks simple, which means it probably isn't. So let's pop over here to the injuries and see. We're already in the C, so Cleveland should be right there. A lot of C teams. We can see Willis, Harden, Conklin's questionable. That was 2 days ago. Yeah, that was yesterday. You want injury reserve. Yeah, so a lot of injury reserve people. So, okay. Ooh, that ain't good for Cleveland. They're going to have a rough year. Welcome to the top 5 pick, buddies. That's what you're about to have. So, we want Jacksonville now. Savage has been ruled out. Lacey and Johnson are questionable still, and that was yesterday. Yeah, okay. All right, nothing new that we didn't already know a few days ago. So, okay, great. I just do this to make sure there's nothing updated today. And today is the 13th. I'm filming this, so it's Friday. So, pop back over to the matchup. We see, if Lawrence is the guy, he should win this game. This is a game you win, Trevor Lawrence. This is what you should do. Did he cut his hair? I saw something. He was teasing something on Twitter. I think it was something. I don't know. I don't think he did, but he did something. I saw it a couple days ago. So either way, I'm taking Jacksonville -3. Jax -3. I wouldn't take it more than that, but this feels like either John Watson's going to get benched or cut or show out and show he's worth the money, or Lawrence is going to show up and show somebody's got to do something, right? You would think. Not, they both can't suck. So I mean, they're all right. Yeah. So I'm taking Jacksonville. Next game. All right, Vegas and Baltimore, and we have Baltimore by 9 with a 41.5 total. We can see what they did. Vegas lost to Chargers 10-22, and Baltimore lost to Kansas City opening game on a Thursday by 7, which means they've had a couple extra days of rest now, which is always good, and prep time and whatever. And when you offense looks this good, yeah, I feel bad for LA. I mean LV. Vegas is going to struggle, I think. Baltimore's defense is surprisingly not, I mean, you just face Kansas City, so that obviously factors in, but these aren't the best numbers. You did give up 281 yards passing in a week when only 2 quarterbacks went over 300 yards. So, and one of them was probably not playing again the rest of the year. So, and the other one was, I believe, for the Chargers. So, all right. No, it wasn't the Chargers. It was the Rams. That's what it was. It was the Rams. So, because that tells me right there. Yeah, I lean Baltimore, obviously. Everyone should probably lean Baltimore. But let's look at the injuries. Got to do that just to make sure. Oh, we were already in the L's, weren't we? Let's look at the Raiders. Let's see. Wilson won't play week 2, so Wilson's out. Okay, good to know. That's from today. Everything else is a couple days ago. We want Baltimore. Scroll up to the B's. Let's see. Wiggins ruled out. Okay. Van Noy. Orbital is questionable. Isaac's doubtful. Everything else is pretty old. Okay, cool. Nothing too concerning yet. All right. I still lean Baltimore by 9. I lean it, but I mean, that rush defense for Vegas is going to get exposed against Baltimore. Like, who you going to stop? You going to start Derrick Henry? You going to stop Lamar? I mean, you got to pick somebody to stop, and I don't trust them stopping either one of them. So, good luck. So I'm going to call this a lean. I'm not fully invested in 9, but I will put it on the list as a lean. Baltimore -9. We'll do that. How about that? So we'll do that. I don't like the total 41.5. I'm not feeling that. So I lean Baltimore. Next game. All right. Next up, we got Rams and Cardinals. And Cardinals lost to Buffalo by 6. And Rams lost to Detroit by 6. And you can see the numbers. Rams were the ones that passed for 300. I was right. I knew it was one of those LA teams. And the other one was Miami. So... and we see the numbers, what they've done, who's done what. Arizona just forgot they had the number 4 overall pick last week. They just never wanted to throw them the ball. I don't know, weird things happening. So, all right, we see all this. Lots of mustard and ketchup, a little bit of relish up there. Let's pop over to the injuries and see if anything stands out from the injury standpoint. Looking at the Rams, we can see this was yesterday. Limited in practice. Davis Allen is doubtful. Other than that, Puka is straight on IR now. Okay. How long? Yeah, more than 4 games for Puka. Well, that ain't good. It ain't good. Well, I hope Cooper Kupp's ready for an increased load of receptions, because that's what he's gonna get. Let's scroll all the way up to Arizona. Look at theirs now. Let's see. This was yesterday. Melton concussion participants. And yeah, nothing there. Okay, cool. Nothing stands out. Yeah, with losing Puka, that doesn't help. I don't think Arizona's still a good team. A lot of people love the quarterback. I just don't. I just never have. So, yeah, they got 28 points, but I don't know. I just can't. I don't. If anything, I'll lean the over. Yeah, this is actually more I'll think about it. Look at these defenses and these offenses. I think I like the over out right now. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take the over of 47.5. Yeah, I think I think Arizona tries to get their fancy brand new wide receiver into the mix more, and the Rams are going to do what the Rams do. They're going to keep throwing the ball. So they're just down Puka. Those insert somebody new that we never heard of. That was like a 5th round pick, and boom, those keep moving. That's what LA does. So. Both defenses just aren't that good. So that's what we see. And I'm going to bank on that. 48 points. That shouldn't be that hard to hit. We'll take that, and we'll move on to the next game. Next up, Pittsburgh and Denver. And we can see that Pittsburgh beat Atlanta last week. 18 points, and that was a fun way to do it. Denver lost to Seattle by 6. Bonus didn't look terrible, which I thought he would be. I thought he'd be bad, just to be honest. So, but no, he played decent. Pittsburgh's defense played clearly defense. defense did great out there against Atlanta, which I thought Atlanta offense was going to take off, and I was wrong. Yeah, it just was wrong. So Kirko hasn't gotten it done yet. I mean, it was the first week. They'll come around eventually, I'm sure. But the Pittsburgh defense looked good against Atlanta. So outside of that, Pittsburgh's 2.5. I lean Pittsburgh. I don't care who the quarterback is. I know it's Russ is not going to be playing today. I think that's what we saw. Let's look. Let's pop over here. Where we at? Denver and Pitt. Let's do Denver first since it's in order. Ribs out for Vele. And that's 2 days ago. So let's come down to Pitt. I just scrolled right by it. There it goes. Wilson is questionable. You are out. And Wilson is questionable, but we already know he's probably not going to play. So there we go. So it's Justin Fields again. I think they'll be fine with Justin Fields. So I wouldn't be upset at the fact that Miami traded for Justin Fields. Just saying. I mean, there's a couple quarter backups out there that would be a nice little fit in Miami's offense. Put Justin Fields out there. I bet you'll see it's not Chicago's offense. It's not Fields, it's Chicago. Watch. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. So, yeah, I lean Pittsburgh. Lean. I don't want to take Pittsburgh, but I lean Pittsburgh. So we'll put the lean in there. Lean Pitt minus 2.5. So I wouldn't go any higher than 3 in this one at all. Not a shot. And I definitely 36.5. Are you crazy? No chance in hell I would even touch that. So, but yeah, it's mainly because I think Pittsburgh's defense can shut down Denver. That's all it is. So, Ben Fields can do enough with his legs, maybe a little bit of throwing to get enough to get some points. Because if you can beat Atlanta, you should be able to beat Denver in my mind. So there we go. Pittsburgh 2.5 next game. All right, next up, we got Kansas City and Cincinnati, and the offense is just not good for Cincy. They lost to New England 10-16. It didn't look pretty at all. We saw it. KC looked good against Baltimore. Everyone watched that game. And then Cincy's defense looked decent, but we know they're not decent. They're 27th in rush defense, give up 170 yards. You only gave up 120 passing because you're facing damn Jacoby Brissett. Now you're facing Pat Mahomes. Come on. It's KC by 6 all day in this one. It's in KC. No. This is, no. Yeah, KC minus 6. Minus 6. I would say up to minus 10. I wouldn't. No, you're about to see... When the talking heads get on the TV Monday morning, you know what they're going to be talking about? What's wrong with Cincinnati because they just got beat by 30. Yeah, that's what they're going to be talking about because Cincinnati's defense is terrible. Their offense isn't clicking. They're not that good right now. And you're going to be, what's going on in Cincinnati? You'll see. Yeah, the last year's stats weren't a lie. I watched some of this game. It wasn't, no. Yeah, so give me KC minus 6. I would take it up to 10 comfortably. But first, let's look at injuries. Got to show the injuries. Let's go way back up to Cincinnati. Just make sure nobody new is out that I didn't know about. So let's see. We got Taylor saying that T. Higgins is doubtful now. Okay, that doesn't help Cincy. And let's see. Hudson is doubtful as well. And they're doubtful. And Chris Jenkins is out. And that's it so far. And then let's look at Kansas City. There we go. They have almost nobody out. And Brown Hollywood is on the IR officially as of today, the 13th. So he's out for the next 4 games. He's been out since the 2nd, so nothing new there. Okay, cool. So, yeah, this is one of those. Since he somehow figures it out and keeps it a close game, I would actually be kind of shocked. I'm just going to say it. I would be shocked. But I think Casey handles this game quite easily. 6 all day. Next game. All right, next up, we got Chicago and Houston. And, I mean, it's 6.5, but the numbers are just screaming. This shouldn't be a fair fight. Let's just be honest. Chicago's defense looked good last week. But they're the only reason they won the game. It had 0 to do with the offense. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, Williams didn't really turn the ball over, which is great. That's what you want in your quarterback, and people were celebrating that. But he damn sure didn't do anything passing. 64 yards in your debut as a number 1 overall pick is just not good. You need to be better. And I think we're going to see, yeah, that it's the Chicago offense, not the quarterback. That is the reason why whoever plays quarterback just isn't that good for Chicago. So the offense, I don't think is going to do much. Thanks defense for some of those points. Houston is just a playoff team. The whole offense clicks. They're doing great. Yeah, it's a 5-point difference, but they pass the ball, they run the ball. Look at that balance. That balance is beautiful. 417, 50% on third down versus 15%. That ain't gonna win you games. And the defense, yeah, okay, they gave up some points, but they played the Colts. It was a great game. They won the game by 2. Other than that, yeah, I lean Houston. There's nothing that can really talk me off of that one. Houston, I have no pluses really, do I? Yeah, I have Tampa. That's it. That's the only plus so far. Oh no, that is never a recipe for success. So let's look at the injuries just to see. Oh, we got Chicago first. Let's see if anyone's out there. So okay. Let's see. Blasingame did not practice. You were out. Bates, the center, is out. Odunze returned, but is still questionable. Keenan Allen is questionable. Both your 2 good receivers out. That ain't good. That doesn't help you at all. Let's go to Houston. See what Houston's got missing. Pierce, running back. Damon Pierce, questionable. Safety's out. Your center's questionable. That's not good. Juice. Okay, and everything else is kind of old, so nothing else we care about. So I'm still taking Houston. I mean, when you're that balanced, I mean, good luck stopping one or the other, because Chicago couldn't stop the run last week. And yeah, number 1. So we're going to go with the stats. We're going to take Houston minus 6.5 and roll on to the next game. All right, last up is the Monday night special, Atlanta and Philadelphia. And I mean, the spreads just don't make sense this week to me. I'm either going to do really good or really bad. That's what I feel is going to happen. Philly is going to be the Saquon Barkley special. They're just going to keep using him up like this because dude was a monster against Green Bay, and he looked amazing too. So, and the offense has a back that can do things like that. Yeah, you're great, because then it opens up your receivers, and all of a sudden now you have your studs. It's just, yeah. Atlanta, I thought it would be better. I'm just going to say it. I thought they would. Now, they did go against the Pittsburgh defense, which is pretty stout. Yes. Do I think they'll be better? Absolutely think they'll be better. The defense was okay, but it was the Pittsburgh offense, so you can't really take too much credit with there. Green Bay's defense get lit up a little bit. I mean, Philly's defense got lit up a little bit by Green Bay. The total's 47. I think this is going to go over. I think Atlanta actually is able to score a few touchdowns this time, and I think Philly is going to win though. So I think 6.5 and 47 both get hit. So let's look at some injuries, just to be safe. We want Atlanta. They are second. Who is out? Who's questionable? Jace McClellan's questionable. That's not good for running back. Let's see. We got a corner. We got linebacker, tackle, and everything else is older. Okay. And then we want Philly, which is down here in the P's. I like this whole being able to look at the up-to-date injury thing. That way we can pay attention to things like that. I should see if they have one for college. I really should. If anything, maybe do this for baseball too, but baseball's almost over. So let's see. Yesterday, you were not participant in practice. You're on the IR, but that's back then. So Philly has nothing to worry about. So okay, great. Let me come back over here. Yeah, I'm taking Philly and the over in this one. I don't think Philly's defense can shut anyone down, let's be honest. So, yeah, and it's going to be Monday. It's the only game on. Let me get 2 bets in. So we're going to take Philly minus 6.5, and the over of 47 in this one. So I like both of those. And that's it. We're done. All right, that's it. That's all of week 2 NFL broken down. We looked at money line, spread, total, all that fun stuff. I gave my leans, my plays, my passes, all that stuff. It's kind of a chalky week. It's a very chalky week, actually. So it just, look at these matchups. Some of these just are straight blowouts, and we only have a 6-point spread. I'm taking that spread every time. If I lose, I lose, whatever. I'm going based on what we know from the teams, talent-wise, and eye tests and all that fun stuff, and statistics. So, hey, if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit, whatever. So you saw it. I appreciate you watching. Drop a like, subscribe. After this video, if you're looking for the props, the prop ladder will be back again in the next video, where it would be breakdown, nothing but props. We're going to look at each game. It didn't do well last week, let's be honest, because you didn't know who was going to do what, but now we have a better idea. So we're going to run it back for the ones that didn't hit, and the ones that did hit will keep on rolling. So that'll be in the next video. So outside of that, like I said, I appreciate you watching everything. Week 2 NFL is here. It's exciting. Let's hit some green, and we'll see you next time.